Welcome back to Pokemon Mystery Dungeon, Rescue Team DX. In the last part, we chased a thief to the northern range. It turned out it was Latios. But today we're going to be continuing on with the Clear Wing story arc, and that means Ashley is going to be taking charge. We will have to head out to Pitfall Valley to save Latios at some point soon, but today we're going to be heading out to the Lightning Field, a 30-floor dungeon, so it shouldn't be too terribly difficult, and I'm going to be bringing the Sun team. I think Sunflora is leveled up a little bit. She's not too much stronger than she was, but I think she should be able to handle it. These dungeons have proven to be pretty straightforward. Even the boss fights haven't been too terribly bad, so I don't feel too bad about bringing along an underleveled Pokemon. So Drought is going, and Sunflora, who is still wanting for a nickname, by the way, has a couple of new moves in her arsenal. I taught her Solar Beam. That's going to be our bread and butter move in the sunny weather. But I'm going to turn it off so that she doesn't use it all the time, because it only has 10 PP. We've got Growth now, and Bullet Seed, and I'm really looking forward to using Bullet Seed in the sun, and if we can get the Rapid Bullseye's rare quality, it's going to be Machine Gun Sunflora, like that. Exactly like that, but even better when we have Rapid Bullseye, because it will happen all the time. Right then, so we got electric types galore so far in this dungeon. Mareep, Electrike, and... do we have an Electrike? We have an Electrike. So I'm actually going to pass. I'm only going to be picking up Pokemon that I can actually recruit in this dungeon, because I don't want to overload on having too many Pokemon. We don't have a Mareep, so it'd be pretty cool to be able to recruit one of you. And it reminds me that we do have Magnus, our Magnemite, waiting in the wings for his chance to shine. I would like to use him at some point soon. I didn't get as many hits that time. It is a little inaccurate, Bullet Seed, but it'll get better as it ranks up. And we've already seen how good it can be already, so I'm looking forward to putting the time and effort in to making Sunflora really, really, really strong. And I'm also looking forward to using Solar Beam at some point. When we have a good opportunity for it, when the enemies are all lined up, that's when I'll use it. Because I believe it's a piercing attack. Oh, okay, bye. Man, Solaire really needs a better move than Ember. He has Heat Wave, but I don't want to just randomly use Heat Wave all the time. Ashley, you head up this way. Oh, I guess we're all reunited now anyway, that's fine. So I had a comment that suggested building other weather teams with Pokemon with Drizzle, Sandstream, or Snow Warning. I don't believe we've got any Pokemon with those abilities, though I think I have a Larvitar, which would eventually get Sandstream when it fully evolved. I like that idea, but I don't think I want to add too many more Pokemon to the team now, especially not completely new teams like that, and I'm really quite happy with the spread and the balance that we've got. We've got Pokemon that can do all sorts of different things, and I don't think we really need any more team members now. I really want to work on getting them evolved, because Biollante needs to evolve, and we have a couple of other Pokemon that aren't fully evolved yet because we need the evolution crystals. Yeah, you got this, Sunflora. Solaire levels up to 48. Oh, gained a level in the nick of time. Good. So yeah, I think from now on the main focus is going to be making our current team members as strong as they possibly can be, getting all the best moves for them and such. We haven't really used Celeste a whole lot recently, and I'd like to bring her back, but her moves are a little lacking, and I'm just really waiting for the best TMs to come along for her. Ow! Jeez, that did a lot of damage. Alright, Ashley, handle this. As I've said before, I have really enjoyed being able to use a larger variety of Pokemon in this game compared to the original Rescue Team games and the Explorers games. When I think back to my original playthrough of Red Rescue Team, I can't really think of a Pokemon that I used other than my main Pokemon and my partner Pokemon. I remember using the Magnemite a little bit, and I remember also using the Absol, but those are the two Pokemon that are just given to you. I never really had much of an attachment to any extra team members. Whoa! Okay, right. I suppose this is karma. Not only for Discord and his charge, wild charge shenanigans, but also for the fact that I believe we had charge discharge on Omnis in Explorers of Sky as well, so that's karmic retribution, I suppose. Hey, you put up a good fight. Welcome aboard. I'm glad we managed to recruit you, and I'm also glad that Sunflora didn't get hit in one shot by that. Speaking of which, Sunflora levels up to 31. Trying to learn Natural Gift. We'll pass on that. Don't really need that. It could be kind of interesting to use, but it doesn't really fit into my plan for Sunflora. This is a monster house, but I'm ready for it. Let's actually have Solaire follow me in here. And... oh, this would be a good opportunity to use Solar Beam as well. Okay, let's turn on Heat Wave. Let's turn on Growth and Solar Beam for Sunflora. And let's fight. Now, hopefully I don't get charge discharged. In fact, you know what? I'm not even going to take that risk. There are far too many Mareep in this room. So let's seal them all. There's Solar Beam. Hits twice. Doesn't do a massive amount of damage, but it's better than nothing. Solaire can do Heat Wave while Ashley is napping. Well, okay, we handled that really well, actually. Oh, I should remember to check for traps. Just like that. Alright then, let's get out of here. Any more traps in here? Looks like there aren't. Cool. So we got to see Solar Beam at work for the first time there. It'll certainly be better once it ranks up, does more damage, and once Sunflora has leveled up to do more damage herself. You guys got this? You guys have probably got this, but I'll just miss every Bullet Seed. It's fine. Bullet Seed has really, really low accuracy right now, though, if I check it with the status menu. Yeah, it's like 50% or less, so I'm going to pump some accuracy drinks into it at some point so that it actually hits a little bit more often. But we're going to get Rapid Bullseyes, I think, for Sunflora. That's going to be her rare quality because it will synergize so well with Bullet Seed. And she will just turn into a machine gun. Oof. That's a lot of damage, and that's both Ashley and Solaire paralyzed. I think Ashley can probably take another hit, so what I think I need to do here is have Solaire take a step back here so that he doesn't get hit again. And do we have a heal seed? We do not. Let's just get rid of you with my favorite wand in the game, the Stay Away wand. Oh, there you go. There's a double Giga Drain at work there so that Sunflora can keep herself healed up. Right then. Second verse, same as the first, or I suppose you could say Monster House 2 Electric Boogaloo. I really struggled to say that with a straight face, I'm sorry. So let's find out if Solar Beam is piercing. No, it just has really long range. Whew. Man, Heat Wave is good, and that's a lot of experience. Level 32 for Sunflora. Let's pick up some items. Let's check for traps. Nice, okay. We've got all the items. Let's move on. So we're 2 monster houses down already, but as fate would have it, we found the stairs straight away this time, so I don't feel too bad about that. We've also been quite lucky with our sparkling tiles so far in this dungeon. There's a Flaffy! I mean, you know what I'm gonna say. I really like the Mareep line. All 3 stages, I really like their appearance, and it's a really solid, staple Pokemon, I feel, from the Johto region. And I've talked about how I really like the designs of Pokemon from the Johto region. And this is certainly no exception. I feel like everyone has used the Mareep line of Pokemon, unless you played Crystal instead of Gold and Silver, I suppose. We're going to add this Chinchou to our team. You have the rare quality bargain. And I actually want to check your ability if I can, because you might have Volt Absorb. If you do, that would be really, really good. You have Volt Absorb. Absorbs electric type moves to restore HP. That is probably really good. I wonder if it will work on AoE moves, if it will draw it all in like Storm Drain, or whether they just don't get hit by them. I don't think it's quite as good as Storm Drain. If it is, then we're laughing for the rest of this dungeon. But I don't think we'll be quite that lucky. Right then. So, let's eat this perfect apple. Yeah, I feel like the Mareep line of Pokemon, it's a line that everybody has used, because they're relatively common in most main series games. And I feel like everybody likes them. As far as electric types go, I have quite a few electric types that I do really, really like. The Shinx family, obviously, standing out. But Mareep is certainly very high up that list as well. So it's cool to have one tag along. We probably won't be adding it to the team since we do have Discord. A Jolteon, there you go. There's another electric type that I kind of like. Mainly because it's an evolution. She's growing. Hey, you have Power Gem. That's nice. Ow. I can't... Wait, are you... Oh, you're behind us. I see. Whew, that's good. I'm enjoying that. What other electric types do I really like? I don't mind Manectric. I think Discord has improved my opinion on Manectric quite a bit. I quite like that Manectric is... That's so good. I love that. As I was saying, I quite like that Manectric is that one electric type that learns fire type moves. Why did I use Heat Wave? That was never gonna hit. There we go. Oh, you have Aqua Ring. It's gonna regenerate your HP over time. Could be useful. Why would you miss? Ashley, why? Why would you miss? Okay. Oh, Aqua Ring is gonna be really annoying because it's gonna do that every couple of turns, whether it's full HP or not. Unfortunate. Let's Heat Wave you. You know what? Something I'd like to think I've done a lot better in this playthrough compared to Explorers of Sky is using items. I know there have been a few people in the comments that have complimented me on my use of items and making sure I'm using all the tools available to me. That's certainly something that I lacked the ability to do in Explorers of Sky. I would be really stingy and just hold on to my items thinking I would need them at a later point, when really the best use of them was to use them straight away. And I've tried to correct that in this playthrough, and for the most part I think I've done quite well. Right, actually let's switch back over to Ashley and let's check out this Kecleon shop over here. Hopefully you don't have more evolution crystals for us, but it'll be fine. Quick seeds. Oh right, we have bargains. We might as well pick up as many items as we can, because we're going to get them cheaper. A raw TM, I think we have one of those. A Joy Ribbon, we have one of those for certain. An all power-up orb, yeah, give me that. Oh, my inventory is too full. Let's swap it out for these iron spikes. Not really using the thrown items all that much right now. That's mainly because we don't have Peanut with us. Oh my, you look like quite the skillful haggler. Understood. Just this time, I can let you have it 416, Poke. Is that okay? It certainly is. Thank you, my friend. Yeah. Speech increased to 100. Oh, I just ran into you. But it's okay because Bullet Seed is great. Ah, I'm having so much fun with that. So on the topic of Mareep, I suppose, we are fighting the legendary beasts. We fought Entei, and I'm guessing we'll be fighting Raikou at the end of this, and then Suicune following that, perhaps? And it just makes me think about Johto. I've really had the itch to play Heart Gold and Soul Silver again recently. I played Crystal... When I say recently, I mean more recently than most of the other main series games. Since I've started playing... Oh crap, that's not good. That does a lot of damage. I'm getting a taste of my own medicine here, aren't I? An Electrike. We're not going to recruit an Electrike. We already have one. Oh, no, not again. I think we're out of Reviver Seeds now. This is not good. We're out of PP for Heat Wave. I suppose this has answered our question about Volt Absorb. Chincho is fine, taking 0 damage. Let's take a moment here to heal up. What's that down there? It's a Flaffy. Kinda wish I'd brought Titania with Wish right now. Ah, man. Hopefully we can get through here without having to deal with Discharge too much more. So yeah, I've been thinking about Johto a bit recently, and I've said that it has some of my favorite designs. I played Crystal relatively recently, compared to other main series games, but I just have that itch to play Heart Gold and Soul Silver again. I really like Johto as a region. I like its layout. I like the Pokemon. I like the progression through the region. I like the legendaries as well. I'm not usually a massive fan of legendary Pokemon. There aren't that many that I really like. But I really like Lugia and Ho-Oh, and I really like the legendary beasts as well. I think their designs are good. I think they have interesting concepts and a really interesting story. And I feel like Johto as a region does a lot of things really well. And whenever I talk about different generations of Pokemon, I'm sure you're all aware Generation 5 is my favorite, and I feel like the games haven't reached that high since. But Generation 4 comes a close second, and combining all of the things that Johto does really well with Generation 4 being a really good generation makes Heart Gold and Soul Silver really great games. Who's leveling up? It's Sunflora, 33. Is that her second or third level up in this dungeon? Well, I suppose she is a little under-leveled, so the experience is going a little bit further. But to bring this back to the topic of the game that we are actually playing, and thinking about this game in its original context as a Generation 3 game, I really like that this story arc is throwing back to Johto and to Generation 2. The main series Generation 3 games, Ruby, Sapphire, and Emerald, did a lot of things differently, and they didn't rely on the previous generations, but they also didn't reference back to the previous generations. Most new Pokemon games do a lot of referencing here, there, and everywhere to other games in the series, and that's fine. I think there's an overabundance of referencing towards Generation 1, but that's a different rant for a different time. But to see this side game do something that the main series games didn't really do, it certainly adds to its appeal in its original context. Baton Pass. It did nothing, but it increased your attack, I suppose. I think Baton Pass works a little differently in this game compared to how it did in Explorers of Sky. It was very fun in Explorers of Sky, getting to use it in the Here Comes Team Charm special episode. And that actually reminds me of something else that I wanted to talk about a little bit. In the comments recently, a few people have referenced the special episodes from Explorers of Sky, and I agree. I think there was something really, well, special. I've talked a lot about how the Pokemon Mystery Dungeon games have relatively simple stories, but really rely on world building and character building in order to be as memorable and as engrossing as they are. And the special episodes certainly did a lot of that and went a very long way towards making Explorers of Sky so memorable. It's certainly something that this game lacks a little bit. I can understand the logic in making this remake as one-to-one as possible, with only a couple of quality of life improvements, but I think they could have taken more from Explorers of Sky. I mean, I've mentioned Spinder Cafe quite a few times, but there are a few features of Explorers of Sky, the special episodes being another one, that really would have made this game even better, that they chose not to add in order to keep it faithful, I suppose, to the original games. Which I can understand, and I suppose it does pave the way for an Explorers remake in this style, which, for the 300th time this series, I would love. So, yeah, sometimes this game feels like a bit of a backward step after playing Explorers of Sky, mainly from a narrative perspective, because they tried not to change the narrative of this game at all. And don't get me wrong, I still love this game, I still love the story, but, and I know I've mentioned this a few times, it really does feel like the original Rescue Team games were kind of a testing ground, and the Explorers of Sky took those concepts, ran with them, and made them even better. So playing this game, it feels like we've kind of gone backwards in terms of the amount of character development and the amount of world building, and even the narrative itself feels just not quite as good in general. We don't have any more Focseal Orbs, so we're just gonna have to hope that Heat Wave does the job here. Almost all of them. And Ashley levels up to 52. Good stuff. Oh, it looks like Solaire leveled up as well. Yep, 49 for you. Oh, gained a level, did I? You certainly did. And 2 Flame Bursts in a row will deal with you. Good stuff. Let's check for traps. Oh, thank goodness. Definitely need one of these. It's been a while since that got me. Might as well just use these stat boosting items. Carbos for Ashley. And we actually have 2 more in our inventory right now. Let's give Solaire the Iron, since he's supposed to be a bit more of a tanky Pokemon. I feel like I tried to mention that at some point, that Solaire seems a little frail. Because he is supposed to be a bit of a tankier Pokemon, but he's not really all that defensively strong right now. I'm not sure why that is. I'll need to give his stats a proper look. And it's probably just the lack of health that does it, because we've pumped Ashley and Precious and Discord and Violante and a few of the other team members full of Life Seeds and Citrus Berries. Their health is grossly inflated from what it should be, and Solaire has not had that treatment, so his health is just normal, and I don't think Torkoal's base health is all that high anyway. Oh, rude. Finish this off, please, Solaire. Yeah, he has 89 HP, which is not a massive amount. I mean, Sunflora's actually nearly caught him up. I did give her a Life Seed earlier, though. An Iron. Again, let's give that to Solaire. That's actually an interesting point that I've not really touched on, is how knowledge of the main series games certainly goes a long way in Mystery Dungeon. Wow, more of these, okay. But in this game, particularly with stats, it doesn't really help all that much. Let's actually just swap this, because again, I'm sure we have something we can get rid of. Like, I looked at Precious's speed stat, and I never thought of Bulbasaur as being a particularly fast Pokemon, but she has very comparable speed to Ashley. It's about a 10-point difference, and Torchic is fast. And Bulbasaur is not necessarily, and I know speed works a little bit differently in this game, so that's probably why that's a little bit different. But the traditional stat profiles of Pokemon from the main series don't necessarily translate over to this game, particularly in the case of your partner Pokemon and yourself, because you're always pumping them full of vitamins. Oh! Oh! Okay. So I think I mentioned briefly that I was worried about Electro Ball hitting Solaire because he's so slow. Yep. Yeah, that happened. Volt Absorb, go! Haha! Oh, there are some Ampharos here this time. And we're done here. Oh, that's never gonna get old. Right, we got a Reviver Seed. A gold ribbon. I love money. A Max Ether, we can use that to restore Heatwave for Solaire. Checking for traps. I'm sure you are useful, but I didn't actually mean to talk to you. I keep forgetting that that is actually a feature in this game. You can talk to your allies. I should do that more often. But at the same time, I just want to get through these dungeons as quickly as possible, because they are getting quite long. So taking the time out to talk to my allies is probably not the best use of my time. It's sim beginning time. Oh, crap. Something taking damage? Ding. Sunflora leveled up to 35. They just keep on coming. Atropius, that's what was taking damage. It must have solar power. I kept hearing the damage sound every time I took a step, and I was wondering what it was, but I think we solved the mystery. Jeez. Oh, you have chlorophyll. Shoe is on the other foot in earnest. Oh, damn. Ah, well, it's about time that bit me. We're out of Reviver Seeds. Ashley is down, but fortunately, we have a Revival Orb. I'm going to try and hold on to the Revival Orb for as long as possible, just to play it as safe as possible, just in case someone else gets knocked out. Oh, it's raining now. Well, this is not great. Right then, let's use that Revival Orb now. The bring back Ashley. Ah, good. The sun is back. Things are back to how they should be. Magneton wants to join the team. Well, I don't know how Magnus feels about that, but we could use all the firepower we can get right now. Or electric power, I suppose. Nice. Torchic knows what's up. Level 50 for Solaire. Grossly incandescent. Trying to learn Inferno. That's such a cool sounding move, and it's just not very good. It damages an enemy, it also leaves them with a burn. The utility of that is pretty good, and it's actually more powerful than Ember, but we do lose the range. I never use Amnesia and Iron Defense, I pretty much only have them as placeholders, so we'll trade out Amnesia, and we'll add Inferno. The ability to give a foe a guaranteed burn could actually be quite useful. Alright, what's going on over there? Our Ampharos is knocked out. That's what happened. Was that a chlorophyll or a solar power boosted Leaf Storm? That's terrifying. Yeah, this is real scary actually. So you know what we're gonna do? I'm gonna wait for you to come over here. And we're gonna do what we always do with enemies that we don't want to fight. And tell you to stay away. Right, let's get the heck out of here. We're nearly there. Oh, the stairs, straight away. Let's go. I love it. 29th floor, the final floor, I suppose, of the dungeon. Ah, yes! This is exactly what we needed. And in fact, since boss fights restore our PP, I'm just gonna take this instead of using it. Let's go. We somehow managed to get through. Why? Why have you come? This is the lightning field. It is my domain. I am Raikou, one who races with lightning. A body like roiling rain clouds. A roar that echoes thunder. Many have trespassed on my domain, but what became of them? Let me demonstrate. And you, too, shall experience the pain they suffered. Man, all these guys just want to fight, don't they? Okay, then. Let's start off with an item of some description. I really like using Pounce Wands to approach because it saves us so many turns of movement. So we're going to do exactly that, just to get everybody in range. Or mostly everybody in range. Inferno missed, I kind of expected that. Reflect. That's fine. You keep doing Reflect. Ashley should be able to just Flame Burst for the win here. So let's have Sunflora set up a Growth. Something that she's been really useful for is her ability to resist electric type moves. We're not doing a massive amount of damage to this one. Ah, but you missed. Haha. That's good. Alright. Now, Solar Beam. Flame Burst. Inferno is going to continue to miss. We'll keep checking in on Inferno, and maybe it will hit at some point. We'll leave that Magneton alone. At least that got Evasive Rhythm going. Try attack. Extra sensory. Well, it missed. That's good. I feel like we're getting a little bit lucky in this fight with all the misses. And it looks like Solaire has just given up on trying to use Inferno. You finally hit us. But it's not too terribly bad. We're going to keep powering through. And we're going to win. Whew. Gah! How dare you? How? How did this happen? Regardless, you have won. Let me hear your wish. This is the Red Wing. You, stand back. Raiko's Thunderbolt electrified the Red Wing. The Red Wing transformed into the Sunset Wing. Its subtle gradation of yellow to red is a truly beauteous sight. Go northeast, to a place called the Northwind Field. You will find a Pokémon there named Suicune. If you are lucky enough to meet Suicune, perhaps your wish will come true. Team Sky Blue received the Sunset Wing, and gained access to the Northwind Field. We made it through the Lightning Field. That was quite tricky, and burnt through a lot of our Reviver Seeds. It really was just a matter of the AoE discharges causing us a lot of problems. It would have been nice to have some rare qualities like Type Formation or Defensive Rhythm there. Regardless, we managed to get ourselves a Chincho, who I'm pretty sure got through the entire dungeon without taking a single point of damage because all the enemies did was use electric type moves. We got a Magneton. Well, we made it through the Lightning Field. It was a little tricky, but we did it. In the next part, it's Precious's turn once more, and we're going to head out to try and save Latias. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you then.